This is my life, trying to be like the rest, be like the best, dressed to impress, pass every test with 90%, no less. And yes, the stress, it gets me down, wishing to drown it out. And all around they shout and shout, can't take the sound. Their expectations pound out a path for me, seemingly arbitrary, but I know no other way to be than by reflecting what others perceive. I need to be perfect, see, I need attention, I breathe acceptance. Family keeps neglecting me, so I try to please, but they don't see the effort, only the resentment, discontentment to send the message of my burden.
This is the punk show.
I like not having limits on my personality, and I don't really like following the rules of everyone else. I don't really like being like everyone else. It's kind of fun to stand out.
Call in and vote for Mike.
The part music plays in my life is, it is my life, you know? Like, I live to go to shows, and I live to just, you know, listen to music, and just, it's almost like living a soundtrack kind of thing, and the music, the punk, it works with my life. It's how I live, you know? You know, I've been through a lot. Like, people who don't know me see me and they just assume I've been through a lot. I'm not just another, you know, like, punk rocker, you know? Like, I'm a person, I have a story.
My family is very cheerful and very expressive and just a bunch of happy people. My mom laughs. Her laugh is really loud. We talk a lot. We take walks. I just know she'll always be there for me and always backing me up. My dad is from Gaspé, and we're really into food. He cooks a lot, and I help him a lot. He taught me how to make bread, because he makes homemade bread all the time. Jason's my big brother, and we do a lot of things together. He'll start a joke, and I'll finish it, you know? It's just like we know each other so well. That's how me and my brother are.
I'm a 17-year-old boy. I wouldn't say typical, because I do a lot. Like, I do a lot of things that most guys out there wouldn't even care to do. Dancing makes me feel happy, energized, and puts me in a great mood. It's like my stress reliever. Something I always do, everywhere. In the hallways, in my bedroom, in the living room, at my locker, in class. It's crazy. I put a tune in my head and I'll just start dancing.
Things that stress me out in life.
I just have to say school.
School?
School.
School can be a really, big problem in someone's life.
Well, my big problem was that I was dyslexic through all my school years, and I didn't know it. And my parents didn't know it, and teachers didn't know it. Even if some teachers may have had doubts, they didn't say anything, and they just thought I was a big mouth and a troubled child that wanted to disrupt the class, and they were so occupied by kicking me out and having me shut up than teaching me. So I got mad at them, and so I got this temper. Then I asked her.
But yeah, so, all right, okay, here we go. I'm just about to go to work, but I have some extra time, so today is the first day I'm wearing short sleeves. A little worried about that because the scarring and stuff. I'm just gonna try it out and hope for the best, and hopefully people realize that, I'm still a person, and good luck for me. I started very superficially cutting, and then it gradually became more and more of like a lot more serious, and it was never to kill myself. It was just for the rush of like, the chemicals, the brain chemicals and stuff, and like just knowing that I had control over something made me feel better. I have between 30 and 40 tattoos. I've recently lost count because some of them are starting to blend together and some of them come in pairs.
1, 2, 3, go!
Wow! I can make out every pore on your body.
Oh, good. I really like tattooing for the fact that It's still kind of out there, but it's socially acceptable enough that they look past the scars. Like, that's what I'm hoping, is just to cover up all the scars, because I would rather have people ask me going, oh, what does that stand for, as opposed to, what happened to your arm? I'm cool. I really like proving stereotypes wrong, especially the whole, like, punk stereotype, you know? I'm not necessarily the rude, abrasive person everyone thinks I am.
I know there's a lot of single mom stereotypes out there, but judging by my case, I don't think it's a disadvantage at all. Because my mother has always been, over the years, she's been able to take care of us. Things that stress me out. Well, big things are tests, exams.
Such as math, physics, and chemistry.
Doing good in school.
My parents want like 80s and up, 90s.
Passing and everything.
When my mother's mad at me, I know she won't stay mad at me, but it stays on my chest like, oh man, I made my mother mad. I'm already looking ahead at my schedule. It's gonna fit in. I'm telling you. And you know, if I can't do it, I get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I've also seen you do a lot of things that you really couldn't do and stuff like that. And I'm looking at you lately, and I see you're totally exhausted come Sundays. Sometimes I wonder if you're not doing too much and stuff like that. And now you're going to try to add on top of it some volunteering and stuff like that?
Volunteering once a day, Mommy. On Fridays, I don't have school.
Okay.
I have a well-managed schedule. I mean, I keep 3 agendas. I even keep an agenda on my phone. Everything is color-coded. Everything has the times from which I start and finish. So I guess just being organized and knowing really what you have to do just really helps.
And also, you're going to have to find some time so that you could spend more time with your sister.
I spend time with Jill and Mommy.
Okay. I don't see you a lot, Jay. I don't see you around here a lot. I mean, you're in, you're out, you're gone. I know where you are, and that's all good, but it would be nice to spend more time with you.
Well, you know all you gotta do is ask.
We have a lot of responsibilities now as teenagers.
Do your homework, be good, help out around the house.
We have to do so much things at the same time.
All of them pile up together, and it's pretty hectic.
There's so much work and you're so lazy and you don't want to do any of it.
You gotta balance homework and sports and girls.
Another big thing that stresses me out is work.
Working in the kitchen is like kind of fast paced.
Let's say I do like 30 hours or something, you know, lots of stress and stuff.
I try to write down like a plan of what I have to do.
Take less hours.
Or ignore the work. Procrastinate, yes.
If you like leave everything to the last minute, you're gonna be really stressed out, that's for sure.
Manage your time properly.
You gotta have like some downtime just to relax, just
you have to sleep early. You have to sleep early. Don't go to bed late.
Yeah, that too.
I feel so limited, earning a living, working and giving everything away to pay the rent, the government, or just to have money to spend, buy my own food, make my own rules, cause I'm surrounded by simplified ideas of what teenage life should be like. Easy breezy, beauty full of lies, beauty fills my mind, matters more than I like to admit. We all itch to fit and learn, but they feed us useless information and turn on the ones they don't find bright, telling me I'm wrong and I don't have the right to anything.
Teachers treated me stupidly. Like, they teach me and then I don't get it. And then just be like, ah. And you know. And then they have to explain it, but then they seem mad that they have to explain it again for like the 10th time, but I'm like, I still don't get it. And I got mad and frustrated after. And then I became rude. And it was just always a fight in class. Every day I'd fight, so I didn't go to school often. And it was a sad situation because every other kid was learning and moving on. My mom decided that she wasn't gonna get anywhere with the school. So she went to the hospital. I remember that day when my parents and I walked in the hospital room and all the doctors that were there, they're all sitting there and they're all looking at me like, Kyra, you have dyslexia? And I was actually happy to have something, because then it wasn't me, then it wasn't because I was stupid or something. It was just because I have this thing that has to be taken care of. Well, they figured out that one of my big problems was I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't focus. So they gave me Ritalin, and I took that for maybe a year and a half or something. It worked. I did concentrate, but
it wasn't me. It was like this twin Kyra that was just quiet. I didn't like that because people in class, especially my first year, didn't get to know me.
I said I didn't want it and it didn't help me. I wasn't happy, so my parents agreed.
And then I became who I was again, and even madder because of all I'd gone through. After that, I was considered a bad kid. I was put in level 2. I was put in with the kids who had drug problems and other problems that were serious.
I was at a carnival in Dawson, and my friend Leslie was sitting at the cheerleading table. So I went over, I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, join cheerleading. I was like, no way, standing on a sideline screaming, go team, go is gonna satisfy me. So she said, no, it's really fun. And I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. It's acrobatics, it's dance, it's gymnastics all in one. More guys should get involved because it's really a great sport. And we just went to Toronto and we had our competition and we did really well.
Sexy Leslie. Yeah. Woo, competition. Do the move for me.
Today is the 49th annual of 588 Bombardier Aerospace, and I'm in 588, and it's my last parade of the year, so it's really a big thing with awards, and then it's really lots of fun. The first thing I ever thought of cadets was the band. I went to my friend's band practice, and right away I was interested. I now play the clarinet, the trumpet, the glockenspiel, the cymbals, the snare drum, and the bass drum. Here I am 3 years later, still in cadets. I made friends 3 years ago that I still have now. They're people you can really trust.
My heart is broken. One shot left.
Now, is it all nasty? I set goals for myself. To achieve a certain rank by the time I'm done, to have certain awards.
I've spent a majority of my life in group homes in the Children's Aid Society, and I've lived in lots of shelters in Ottawa, downtown Ottawa, and I've lived in homes, like I've lived with a lot of families. The first attempt was brought on by stress. I had just moved group homes, which means I just moved schools again. I was in a whole new house full of people that, you know, took one look at me and ran to their rooms and just, I don't even want to know what they were thinking about. I stopped thinking about all the good things in life, and I started focusing on all the negative things that had happened. I didn't have anything to look forward to, and I didn't have anything to be proud of myself about, and I just became really depressed with the fact that my life wasn't going anywhere, and I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to take care of myself. It didn't help in high school because all the kids are so busy being popular and trying to, dress pretty and that, and I just was trying to stay alive every day. I ended up being admitted into the hospital for a serious suicide attempt, and it was ingestion with pills and bleach. It was a really serious attempt, and that's, I guess, when I started to become suicidal, not just cutting for my own satisfaction. I just remember being very cold and very, very, scary to be there alone because I didn't have anyone, and that's part of the reason I was there.
I come to class, nobody asks where I've been. Well, I've been in hell. No one to tell, no way to spell this out, 'cause no one wants to hear about my mother screaming, my brothers beating, my body bleeding, my best friend's pregnancy being aborted. This world is distorted, can't sort it, can't conform it, and no one sees the warning signals. 'Cause in society's eyes, we aren't even individuals, just statistics and criminals. By our peers, we are ridiculed. To the rest, we are pitiful. Conditions literally unlivable.
How'd you get your black eye? Because a girl was jealous of me and she said that I was ugly and she wanted to just smash my face in.
Because you're a lesbian?
Yeah.
Well, me, stress me out when people try to make fun of me and everything, you know.
People just, bug me, like, just joking around, but it gets to a point, where it gets annoying.
You're fat, you're ugly, you're a hoe, you're this, you're that, you stink.
They call me fat and all that.
You're walking down the hall, people go, yo, nice hair, buddy.
Give me your money, give me your money.
You don't get accepted and you get shunned a lot.
Like one of my friends, if they, let's say, talk behind my back, that will stress me out.
Rude people.
There'd be a lot of racial problems, so that could stress kids out too.
Constantly harassed by those supposed to teach. They preach peace but call us each nigger, wigger, faggot, figure of speech. Getting in the habit of asking me to please speak the language properly, as if my accent had made of me an extra special terrestrial. Please leave my race alone. These streets become my own horror story. Anywhere I walk I worry. What will they say today? I know they're gonna hurt me, but which way? Why should I be brave? How can I stay sane with all this excessive strain on my 5 senses?
It started roughly about elementary school, grade 1. I got bullied for wearing glasses, for being the tallest one in the class. Oh, you walk funny. Oh, you dance funny. You're this, you're that. It could be the stupidest thing that, oh, you only live with your mother. But the biggest problem I had was being called fag. I didn't really have the father figure in my life, and my family's pretty much dominated by women, so I'd see women all the time. So I learned how to understand women and what they had to go through, and I picked up feminine gestures and stuff. The way they walk, the way they talk, the things they say. So I would go to school and I'd act that way, and people would be like, why do you act like that? You're a fag. It was really hard, because it was usually done around a big group of people. So it makes you feel really little, in the middle of everybody laughing. It really hurts. I would just come home and I would cry. I was always sad. I felt I didn't have friends. I felt like I really started to think, is this what I am? No, it can't be what I am. I know what I am.
She's like, get out. And I'm like, why are you kicking me out? You're not being cooperative. And then I flipped out.
What'd you do when you flipped out?
Oh, she was going, shh, and I copied her. I was like, shh.
You raised your voice?
No.
No?
No, it's pretty calm. Christine became my friend as well as my helper in dealing with my temper. If I was mad at a student or a teacher or whatever, my situation, I would go see her and tell her about it, let it all out, and that helped.
Well, I'm glad you didn't flip out more than you have in the past. Are you nervous about any of your exams? Which ones?
Science.
I remember coming out of the hospital and going back to school the next day. I just worked continuously hard all year and graduated that year with honors. I just remember all the teachers knowing about it and it being a buzz, and yet them just going, well, I thought you just got out of the hospital. Yeah, I did. But you're doing really well. Yeah, I am. And they're just so shocked at the fact that someone who, has the kind of problems I had could still, be functional. I guess it was my perseverance, just the fact that despite everything that was happening, I just focused on the one main goal I had and did it. I look back and I'm like, all right, next goal, college. More school, let's see what I can do, because I know I can do school right. So I'm gonna go for that.
We were really bad. Every substitute we had left. Then this teacher came in and she understood us and just wanted us to move on. Then again, I still had my anger. I'd still fight back if she was the teacher's before. And then she had a big talk with me one time saying I'm trying to be your friend, but you're just always have this anger at me. And then I think it's not that you're mad at me, it's because you're mad at the past. And she's like, you just have to let go and stuff. And then I guess I realized that I had to let go. If not, I would never change it. So I did let go and forgave and forgot. It was a big change to make. It took a while, probably a year, but I still did it.
Grade 8, it was a living hell. Oh my God, every day, kids are even crueler in high school. I would go, and the whole day I would just get harassed in the hallways. gay, fag, queer, fudge packer. This goes on. I tried to change the way I walked and talked, like to be like the other guys, but hey, I'm not the other guys. I'm me, you know? So I figured it was pretty messed up to try to change myself. By the time grade 8 came to the end, I said it's enough. I have to do something about it. One day I just told them, you know, you're wasting your time. I know what I am, you don't. You're probably just bullying me because you're insecure yourself. And you know what? Standing up to them really made a difference, and they went away. I was like, yeah, hey. I walked with my big broad shoulders, just walked off, and they were like, oh, whatever. I felt really empowered.
There's always ignoring it, but there's times when you have to take it and you have to stand up to it and face it.
Or if not, you call like the help kids line and talk to them about it.
Or like tell my teacher like this guy is doing this to me, like can you tell him to stop?
Or go into the team center and like sometimes we do art and all that and it calms me down.
I just walk away.
Go talk to your parents and school counselors, teachers, anyone that can help you with your problem.
The main supports that helped me get through these struggles I had as a teen were friends who, you know, acted as my family and some of the professional programs like YouthNet. What really attracted me to them was their open door policy and how it was a very, very relaxed atmosphere and you were treated as, like, you know, just another person, not as a patient. They never saw you and never treated you like a patient, which was the first time in a long time. And, you know, they gave you respect and you're just like, whoa.
Okay, bad thing. I have 2 summatives due tomorrow and I haven't started. Good thing. I seen Sarah and I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, I guess I first heard of them when I was in youth partial hospitalization program. And I saw a sign for pens and paints and I love doing crafts and stuff. I know that feeling. I like him and it's not my fault, but damn it. Michelle and Mojo from YouthNet came and they were the only people that cared enough to come to my graduation. And I got like a sunflower and we went dancing in a fountain afterwards. It was a very, almost affirming experience.
What is the other word for average? Kyra, what's the other word for average that we dealt with?
Mean.
The mean.
I went to regular grade 9 and I had totally different teachers, which was great because I could make a new start. And after that, I worked really, really hard and passed, and now I'm in grade 10 and 11 because I had classes in both. So.
Kyra, what do you think that means? We have 12 pieces of data. We divide it by 2, we have the number 6.
The total of... Isn't that what you get when you divide it by the...
Okay.
I don't get what you want.
Tell me another one.
With my dyslexia, you know how people switch letters? Well, me, it wasn't the letters I was switching, it was the problems, the questions. When I was younger, I didn't know if they wanted me to subtract, add, divide, or times. And it seemed everyone knew how, and I just couldn't get it, and I would always do the wrong one. The doctors invited me to have someone read it to me and explain it to me, not by telling me the answer, by explaining this is what they want. And I think that's what I needed. Some teachers told me to draw. If they want the measure of a building, to draw it. It does help me to take a picture in my head.
How do I deal with stress? I don't know. I love seeing my friends.
Go see my friends.
Every time I have stress, I go to my mom and talk to her.
Go to different activities, try and get stress off my mind.
I do kung fu,
Basketball,
skateboard,
choir.
You're just playing hockey and you're having fun, stuff like that, and you don't have to worry about like doing homework or, you know, people yelling at you.
Just release all your anger on a ball. My drums, I hit them as hard and as fast as I possibly can.
Scream in your pillow.
Punch my punching bag.
Listen to music.
I like listening to music.
Usually I'll take my Walkman and just listen to some music and it calms me down.
Take a long bath or go to the gym and work out.
I love to sew.
I keep a little journal
settle down and maybe read a book.
Get out of what's actually stressing you out.
Just block it out.
I try to think of something like fun when I went to Disney World.
Chewing gum.
Or eat pineapple cake.
I was in these woods for about 2 months. All the shelters in Ottawa were full. I was homeless. There's the nights where I had to fight with people to stay with me because it was so scary. Like, you know, I'm a hardcore punk and all that, but it's still like, you know, middle of the night, you're hearing stuff all around you. You wish someone was there. Had issues with anxiety attacks and panic attacks, but I managed to deal with it. My entire outlook on life has changed because my living situation has changed. I live in an amazing family and just I'm a lot more stable in what I'm doing. And I just don't see what could change to make me go, you know, that period of my life is over with. I know I have resources now that I wouldn't need to go back on the streets.
I don't think it's a loss. I think, like I said, I think it's made me who I am. Maybe if I hadn't had my parents and the way I live, maybe I wouldn't be in school anymore. Maybe I wouldn't have all these objectives to go to college, to move, to travel, to have my own life and stuff. Maybe it would have been totally different. Maybe I would have been like working and never having the hope of having a higher job because I don't have the qualifications.
It took me 9 years of schooling to stand up to my bullies. It still happened, but you know, it was less hard. And right now, I'm in CJEP. I'm happy I stayed who I am, and I'm on top right now. I'm doing the things I love to do, and nobody criticizing me because they know, oh, that's Jarrell, that's him. And he doesn't try to be like anybody else.
Just gonna go out, action.
Action! I am a very important star. I have my own things to be doing. I don't see anyone else with a camera crew following them around.
Yeah, honestly.
And score once more.
Wasn't stressful at all?
It was a little with you know, the National Film Board of Canada here, like, on her first
Cameras
show.
in her face, yeah.
I get really stressed out about the world in general. Oh boy. Politics, materialism, capitalism, all the isms, religion, the environment. Should I go on? Because I could keep going for a while.